Welcome to this explainer. We're jumping right into a really critical Project 54 intelligence briefing today. We're unpacking exactly how energy and industrial companies need to adapt their social strategies if they want to win over the modern rep-free buying committee. If you are an energy marketer or a sales leader, well, the rules of engagement have fundamentally changed, and this briefing is basically your roadmap for 2026.
Okay, let's kick things off with a pretty stark reality from Gartner's March 2026 survey. 67%. That's right, more than two-thirds of B2B buyers now prefer a completely rep-free buying experience. Just let that sink in for a second. Your buyer actively doesn't want a seller in the room until the very last minute, if they even want one at all. The traditional sales motion is literally being bypassed.
So how do we infiltrate this new buyer's research phase? This briefing gives us a tactical playbook structured across 5 areas. We've got 1. The rep-free energy buyer. 2. Inside the buying committee. 3. Experts first, page last. 4. Formats that drive pipeline. And 5. The AI search convergence.
All right, let's start with part 1, the rep-free energy buyer.
Think about this. Today's buyers are out there researching autonomously, totally in the dark. They are knocking out roughly 70% of their buying journey before a sales rep even knows they exist. For those long, highly technical, procurement-gated energy sales, this means the shortlist is pretty much set in stone, and opinions are cemented way before an RFP ever sees the light of day. Gartner analyst Alyssa Cruz really hits the nail on the head here. She points out that static corporate brochures just don't carry any influence anymore. Instead, you've got to exert that influence where the buyers are actually hanging out and doing their research. And overwhelmingly, that is on LinkedIn. We're talking about a platform where 4 out of 5 of its 1.3 billion members are driving business decisions. It's not just a PR channel anymore. It is absolutely your pipeline channel.
Moving right along to part 2, inside the buying committee.
You really have to consider the actual reasons why deals fall apart. It's like a giant puzzle, and Edelman and LinkedIn data show us that over 40% of deals stall out, not because you lost to a competitor, but because of internal misalignment. This means that just reaching a single super enthusiastic champion inside a company, it's no longer enough to win. That champion still has to win an argument inside a completely divided room.
And let's look at who is actually in that room. Gartner notes a typical B2B group averages about 11 stakeholders. In the energy sector, you've got reservoir engineers, HSE managers, procurement, ESG sponsors, and finance all sitting at the exact same table. And get this, 74% of these groups experience unhealthy internal conflict. So your content strategy can't just speak to one single persona anymore. It has to align highly technical specialists who are all researching independently and all have entirely different priorities.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The absolute most critical people you need to influence are your hidden buyers. These are the senior executives who hold total veto power over a project, but there is no way they are taking a traditional outbound sales meeting. They aren't filling out your web forms, and they definitely aren't taking a cold call.
So, how on earth do you reach them? Well, our strategic entry point is thought leadership. Edelman and LinkedIn actually call it a Trojan horse. 55% of decision makers use thought leadership to vet their suppliers. When you publish genuinely expert, provocative, evidence-led content, it sort of spreads like wildfire through the organization. It gets read by those hidden executives, building immense trust before they even realize they need your services.
That brings us to part 3, experts first, page last.
This is the fundamental shift in how you have to operate. The true load-bearing pillar is no longer the corporate brand, it's the named technical expert. Think a real reservoir engineer or a specific electrolyzer technologist. That is your credible voice. The corporate company page? It really just serves as a credibility backstop to prove your operational reality. You know, things like safety records, certifications, and local content scores. At the end of the day, people buy from and trust other people.
And the data backs this up dramatically. Vendor benchmarks show us that posts from governed employees and technical experts achieve 5 to 8 times the reach and engagement of a standard corporate page. Seriously, if you are only posting from your brand handle, you are just forfeiting the platform's biggest advantage.
Okay, part 4, formats that drive pipeline. Tactically, you've got to match your asset to your goal. Document carousels are fantastic for methodology explainers, and LinkedIn newsletters are incredible because they bypass the feed entirely to drop serialized analysis straight into an inbox. But the crucial shift here is how you track success. We are completely throwing out vanity metrics like likes. Instead, you need to measure saves and shares by target accounts or newsletter subscribers from named operators. That right there is how you actually measure pipeline influence. And keeping this program healthy really matters to your bottom line. LinkedIn's own social selling index research links a high score in these areas to 45% more opportunities and a 51% higher likelihood of actually hitting quota. So this isn't just fluffy marketing talk. It's a very measured, analytical approach to building revenue.
And finally, Part 5, the AI search convergence.
We know the buyer is doing their own research, but how exactly are they doing it? Gartner's data shows 45% of buyers are already using AI tools during a recent purchase. That means the audience for your content isn't just human anymore. It's now partly machine.
This brings us to a massive paradigm shift. Forrester is advising an immediate evolution away from traditional SEO toward AEO, answer engine optimization. Think about it. When a buyer asks an AI chatbot for the top suppliers of a specific industrial tech, you absolutely need that AI to cite your company. To make that happen, you have to ensure your statistic-rich, expert-authored LinkedIn content is exactly the kind of stuff these AI tools are scraping and citing. Social selling and AI search, they're basically one combined discipline now.
So to pull all of this intelligence together into a real operation, you should follow this exact 4-step build order. Number 1, mobilize your engineering and expert bench so they can start publishing. Number 2, implement governed employee amplification to securely scale that reach. Number 3, demote your brand page to a proof source. And number 4, write your content for both the human buying committee and the AI answer engine simultaneously.
As you go back and review your own LinkedIn operations against this Project 54 playbook, I want to leave you with a rather provocative thought. Ask yourself honestly, is your marketing engine just collecting vanity metrics, or are you successfully infiltrating that hidden buying committee to build real measurable pipeline? The energy buyers of 2026, well, they are already researching you. The only question is it going to be your experts answering their AI or your competitors? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and we will catch you next time.